Bangalore, India is a city exploding with technology, but it still struggles with extreme poverty as well. It's called the Silicon Valley of India because of all of its technology growth. But the future of its children may depend on the kindness of a woman from the Bay Area. NBC 11's business and tech reporter Scott Budman takes us back to Bangalore for her story.
You don't have to go far in Bangalore. Walk a few steps away from any busy street and you'll see this. Dozens of families living in the kind of poverty that takes your breath away. Tents planted in dirt fields where people wait for temporary construction jobs and their next meals. It's especially jarring to see the children here. While India's technology business grows by the day, the country still has the world's largest number of people living below the poverty line. The children, perhaps, hit the hardest. But even with such poverty, there is hope for this generation of children here in Bangalore, thanks in large part to a Bay Area doctor and an extraordinary school. At the ATHMA SHREE School, students who come from poor homes are learning every day.
This is the African continent.
About the world and about computers. All because of a woman who gave them a helping hand.
It's a calling from the higher power. I really believe in this power above that directs our lives.
Dr. Nalima Sabarwal is a full-time physician at Kaiser Santa Teresa. 6 years ago, she started an organization called Home of Hope to help children back home in India.
I mean, I saw those children, their uniforms were in tatters. One boy, his shoes were like chalk. It was like this. I think he had that one pair of shoe that he wore the entire year. That really, really touched us.
Now these students have shoes and uniforms, not to mention textbooks, computers, and a staff of dedicated teachers.
We train the children in the field of computer, so that they can earn their livelihood in their future through joining their software companies to reach Australia.
Which is why when Dr. Sabarwal visits the Bangalore school, she sees results that grow every year.
They have the shine in their eyes. It's like the zest for knowledge. So I go there and actually get motivated and come back and want to do more.
In the southern part of Africa also.
Giving children skills, hope, and a better chance to succeed in the future.
And these children would have been forgotten beggars in the streets of India. But our goal is to make these children self-sufficient, self-productive, self-sustaining citizens of tomorrow so that they can live a life of dignity.
Dr. Sabarwal's organization Home of Hope also sponsors several orphanages in India. And if you're amazed at how one person can make such a difference, we have a big treat this morning. Dr. Nalima Sabarwal is here now joining us. Thank you so much for coming by.
Oh, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Our pleasure. This is an amazing story. You are a full-time doctor at Kaiser Santa Teresa, as we've mentioned, and I don't know if it's spare time, but how in the world did you find the energy to start such an ambitious organization that helps so many kids?
You know, you're right. I am a full-time physician. This is not something I planned. That's why I call this a complete calling from the higher power. You know, that unmeasurable energy above us that directs our lives. In 1998, my friend Premi told me about a struggling orphanage in Chennai called Children's Home of Hope. This was riddled with gastroenteritis epidemic. Because of poor hygiene, they had dilapidated tin sheds for bathrooms. Something made me want to help it. Boom, that's why I call it a calling. And with the help of my young children and friends, had a very humble fundraiser, raised 5,000 to 7,000, sent the money there. And I saw the results. I was just blown away. Construction of simple bathrooms completely eradicated an entire epidemic. 137 children are healthy. That really motivated me, inspired me. I came back again with the help of friends. Special thanks to Anil Lal, who I consider the co-founder. We got a tax ID number, and in 1999, Home of Hope, also called HOH Inc., we became official. I'm not alone now. We have a dynamic board of 10 board members, 12 committee members. We have 11 projects all over India, touching the lives of 1,500 children.
And you see some of these children here, and this was amazing, being able to see their faces and being able to see some of the progress, and like you said, being able to see where they come from. I know that India is very special to you and close to your heart, but I also know that HOH hopes to broaden things even here to America. Tell me about those plans.
Yes. Children are universal. And right now, the funds that we make go very far in India because the money gets multiplied tenfold. Our dream is, once we get the donors, I hope somebody's listening, once we get the big donors, we will do a project in the US. That's our dream, because our formula is working. Our formula is very simple, hands-on, transparent. We have a bare bones overhead, and our success stories are miracles. So we really want to do a project here, just waiting for the donations. And I also want people to know our children are a diverse bunch. Most of them are orphaned. We have deaf and mute. We have mentally challenged, tsunami victims, blind orphans, name it, we have it all. We have street girls who are child prostitutes. All these children, they want help, they want hope. And our dream is to make them self-sufficient citizens of tomorrow.
Well, Dr. Sabharwal, thank you so much for taking the time, and thank you so much for helping us.
Oh, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Well, thank you. And if you'd like an opportunity out there to help, you can go to our website, NBC11.com. We will be able to link you to the Home of Hope website. Also, tonight at 5, we'll take a look at Bangalore's future and shows you the role the Bay Area is playing in that as well. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
All right, Brent, back to you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Scott. And we also want to point out that you can find Scott's entire series on NBC11.com. You can go there for the very top of the homepage. From there, you click on From Bangalore to the Bay. You'll find the stories, the videos. You got an extra slideshow there, and Scott's travel blog as well. All of that and more on NBC11.com. It's a fascinating series. We've enjoyed it. And, of course, we appreciate the guests who have come by, too, to share a little bit more insight. Again, check out more at NBC11.com.